Okay, so what I always like to do is start with, contact information.
Okay, well, I'm Terry Brussel Rogers, certified clinical hypnotherapist, director of Success Center. I can be reached at 800 GOAL NOW. That's 462-5669. The web address is acesuccess.com, where you can download as a gift Abundance Your Money and More magnet to bring an abundance of health, wealth, and joy into your life. It's a guided meditation.
Okay, so from my name's Bob Friedenthal. On LinkedIn, I'm Karen, Caryn, and Bob Friedenthal. You can reach me. Oh, it's spelled Fridenthal. You can reach me at area code 310-736-5787. And my email address is bob@mycity.com. So I've known Terry for many, many years now. Well, why don't you give us a little bit of your history? So,
Okay.
Terry, I'll read this to you. Terry Lee Brussel Rogers is the director of Success Center, Inc. She is the creator of the 7 Keys to Self Actualization and the 7 Key Turnkey system for building a successful hypnosis, healing, or coaching practice. She has been in practice since 1969 and has taught other healers, coaches, and hypnotists to use her method since 1995. Is that right?
That's right.
Long time. Is her mission to help her clients reach their highest potential in areas of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, as well as financial. For hypnotists, healers, and coaches, the mission statement becomes, we reach our highest potential by helping others reach theirs and make an excellent living doing so. So, questions for Terry. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my dad owned an advertising agency for 50 years. Barry Leon Brussel, he was Whammo's advertising man, started the hula hoop craze back in the 50s.
Oh my God, yes, I remember those.
And when I was about 11 years old, I decided I wanted a bicycle. So I asked my dad for a bicycle, and he handed me the yellow pages. And I said, "Oh, I get to pick my bicycle." And he said, "No, you get to trade it for you get to trade advertising for your bicycle." And I got him Raleigh bicycles at the age of 11, stayed with him for many years, and I got a beautiful Raleigh bicycle out of it. So I literally started doing that kind of sales when I was 11 years old, and I love teaching other people to sell effectively, to build their businesses. One of my joys in life.
It's a passion, isn't it?
I was the youngest student at the Hypnosis Motivation Institute. My dad caught me hypnotizing the neighborhood kids when I was about 13 and decided that I had to go in school for this. So he put me in at HMI, and I went there twice a week for a couple of years and graduated in May of 1969 at the age of 15. Next month, June 15th, I turned 16 and started my paid practice. So I've been doing this professionally since 1969. That's over 5 decades. I also ran my family's matchmaking business for about 40 years while I was doing my hypnotherapy practice. So I have a complete program for helping my clients choose, find, and attract their best match, and also making the relationship they're already in, whether it's for 5 years or 25 years, even more joyous. So I got a
Was
whole
there a name Was there a name for that matchmaking?
Oh, it was Marriage Minded Introductions, but I'm not doing that anymore because I decided that all the stuff they've got online with, millions of people to choose from, I couldn't match that, but I could help people navigate their way through that. So there's the singles jungle out there, very dangerous. You need a guide, and I'm the guide. So you can find the right person with the right methods. And I've written Choosing, Finding, and Attracting Your Life Mate, Matchmaker's Corner, Choosing, Finding, and Attracting Your Life Mate, which is a workbook for doing that right. And including using the dating services online. And also I've got Attract Your Special Someone, which is a guided meditation love magnet for you. So it's I've got a complete program for this of personal sessions, but also you can just use the book and the recording, and it helps. Now,
Well, if people can't figure this out, you have passion, right? That's your soul.
You can call me, and still we have the number 800 Life Mate. I still kept that number all these years from when I ran the matchmaking service, and I'll be happy to discuss with them what they want to do now to find their best match. 543-3628. It goes to the same place that my Goal Now number does now, but it's the 800 Life Mate still gets me.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, it's because you and I have the same kind of mentality, you get into things and then you get passionate about it.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it. Okay. What are the 7 keys to self-actualization?
Well, it's a systematic program of challenge resolution and personal growth, which enables my students and clients to achieve their highest potential physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and of course, financially. I also created the 7-key turnkey system for building a successful hypnotherapy practice with the 7 keys to self-actualization as its base.
Okay. What are some of the ways a hypnotherapist, healer, or coach can build their practices which you have used successfully?
Well, to build your practice, of course, you have to bring in new clients, and we've used trade shows like Conscious Life Expo, Soul Search LA, Pasadena. They do a lot of different ones. Small Business Expo, we've used a lot of those. And also doing business mixers like the Mega Mixer and the Thirsty Thursdays that are done virtually by my Chamber of Commerce, which is the Greater San Fernando Valley Chamber of Commerce. They actually gave me an award for being 5 decades in business in this area and in the chamber. And I got that this year. So excited about that. Lots of ways to connect with the community, and being part of your own chamber is one of them. And if you're in the San Fernando Valley, please join the Greater San Fernando Valley Chamber of Commerce. We also, as far as building your practice, means having more sessions that you're giving to your clients. And we offer planned multiple session packages, which help a hypnotherapist, coach, or coach's clients reach their highest potential in areas physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and financial. They do more sessions with the hypnotist or coach, which makes the advertising that the hypnotist or coach is doing give them a much better return on investment. One thing I learned from my dad was that the only way to make your advertising pay is to provide so much value to your clients that it pays for itself several times over. And that's what this program does. According to our surveys since 1995, the average hypnotherapist, coach, healer was doing about 4 to 6 sessions per client. That's in the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and Ireland. Then we do this survey and publish the results every couple of years. In 2018, they had it up to 7, and then they were back down to 5.5 in 2021. So the average hypnotherapist, that's what they're doing. The average coach, that's what they're doing. At Success Center, we average 20 sessions per client by providing a complete line of personal growth and self-improvement programs. We rapidly deal with whatever the presenting issue is, whether it's weight or memory or whatever it happens to be that the person came in for. And then we do a complete program for them to reach their highest potential in every area of their lives. The 20 sessions per client is for the first year. It's about 32 if you count more than 1 year, because people who are on a growth program and want to reach their highest potential continue with you. So that makes a real difference.
I love this.
And go
Terry,
ahead.
you probably, I'm sure you remember that I started doing hypnotherapy in 1977.
Mhm.
I got very depressed, went to see a guy. He used hypnosis as part of his tools to help people. And then in 2008, I ended up getting a staph infection, and the infectious disease guy told me that I only had like a 5% chance of making it. And he believed that I was going to be dead within the next 24 hours. Well,
And
guess
here
what?
you are many
I'm
years
still
later.
here. Yeah.
Yep, you sure are.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So
What are the
well, I'm kind of going to finish what I was talking about with this other thing. We actually use the unique knowledge of the hypnotherapist, coach, or healer who's working with the person, not just our 7 key program like a cookie cutter approach. It's not cookie cutter. It's about as individual and specific as you can get. And each therapist who works with us, each coach who works with us, brings their own unique knowledge to this, and the result is just incredible. The 7-key turnkey system includes ways to get leads for professional practice, along with how to follow up on those leads while learning how to sell your services so you can help others and make a good living doing it. Now you can get to the next one.
there you go. Okay. What kind of spiritual training do you offer to clients and other healing professionals? And is that related to the financial success in any way?
Well, I offer a lot of different spiritual methods. First of all, in my family, the spiritual abilities were passed from grandmother to granddaughter. I was doing healing when I was about 5 years old. And I was taught how to shield myself too, and that's really important. Otherwise, you're absorbing other people's, illnesses and headaches and whatever. I was working with headaches when I was that age. So I have a whole program for learning to use not only your your psychic abilities but your healing abilities. How to build the method of being able to intuitively understand people better and be able to walk a mile in their moccasins. That's done spiritually, but it's also done through neurolinguistic programming. That's a way of speaking to another person in the same language they're thinking in, whether it's audio, visual, or kinesthetic, whether they tend to be more motivated by loss or gain. There's all sorts of things that go into the way you communicate with somebody and are a good hypnotherapist, coach, or healer for them. And some of them really cross right over into the metaphysical, which is interesting. Anyway, we have a way of putting neurolinguistic programming into your subconscious mind, your child mind. So it's as though Tony Robbins has been following you around, helping you to communicate better since you were 5 years old. Can you imagine Tony Robbins following you around? But anyway, it works. And
I
that way
love
you
it.
can use it with, and it could be your favorite NLP teacher. I just like Tony best personally. Anyway, the other thing as far as spirituality is concerned, my jewel there, the exciting thing is that I had a couple come into me who wanted help with relationship stuff, and I gave it to them. But I always do a complete write-up on somebody. I always, help them to reach their highest potential. So what was I going to do with this couple that had had training at the Monroe Institute? That's like the top level metaphysical institute in the country, maybe in the world. And I thought, well, what am I came up with something. I did a reparenting regression that was especially based on creating an alternate reality where their parents had taught them psychic development, spiritual healing abilities, remote viewing, everything they were now doing at the Monroe Institute when they were little children. And suddenly their scores went way up. Exciting stuff. So yes, I have a very complete spiritual program.
This is great. This is great. And you know how much I love hypnotherapy. Who is your ideal client, and how can a hypnotist, coach, or healer discover that for their own practice?
Well, my ideal client is the spiritual entrepreneur, the person who has a spiritual base and they really want to be able to be successful. They want to be able to make money in a way that serves their spiritual um, realities, their spiritual feelings. And I work with salespeople, professional salespeople. I work with hypnotist coaches and healers who have this kind of basis. And I discovered this for myself because I'm really in two areas. I'm excited about sales. I'm excited about bringing in money. And I'm also really spiritually based. So of course, that's my favorite kind of client. And that's the ones that come to me and we work together for a period of time and get results. Now, the way to discover who your ideal client is, you need to really look at, if you've already got a business going, well, who have your best clients been? Who are the people who stayed with you? Who are the people who spent money with you and felt they really got results from it, or happy about spending that money with you? And how does that match up with the thing you are most passionate about? I'm passionate about working with spiritual entrepreneurs. I'm passionate about working with people who really want to help others and want to make a good living doing it. One of the questions, you've got a different set of questions than the one I sent you, hun, but I'm going to still answer these questions because I know them anyway. But you need to look at the commonest blocks to what keeps people from making money in this field. And one of those is that they think they don't have a right to make money. They think for some reason that they should use their healing abilities and never charge for those. Well, if you're going to make a career out of using your hypnotherapy, healing, coaching abilities, you got to make a good living at it. Being the starving healer and demonstrating to your clients how to starve is not going to get what they want in life either. You know, you drive up in your old beat up car and you say, I'm going to tell you how to be successful. Maybe not, you know? So I think it's really important to get rid of blocks to success, blocks to making money doing what you love to do, which is helping people. And I've learned to be able to enjoy doing that. Another block that's really frequent among hypnotherapists, coaches, and healers is that they think they can't make more than their father made. Worse than that, some of the ladies think they can't make more than their mother made, and she was a housewife. Oops. So we have all sorts of ways of dealing with that and removing blocks to success. You learn how to relax. You learn greater self-awareness, greater self-control. We work with emotional awareness, control, and expression. Then through the hypnotic age regression, we rewrite your life script so that you are free of all blocks to making a six-figure income, free of all blocks to being a successful business person, being able to have an abundant, meaningful retirement, all the things you really want to do, we remove the blocks to that.
I love this stuff. I love it. Just absolutely love it. How is the combination of hypnotherapy and coaching more effective than either one of these by themselves?
Well, you know, that's a really important question because coaching reaches the conscious mind. Coaching is what you do, making a timesheet with. When I was 11 years old, before I even started being a hypnotherapist, I was helping I was doing private tutoring, and I built my business for that door to door. And I was helping my fellow students learn how to manage their time so they didn't have to cram for tests and then sometimes come in unprepared for them. And I showed them how to make time for studying. Well, I've learned a whole lot more since I was 11 years old. I'm 70 now, so I've got that down to a fine science. And coaching is very important to help people to be able to do the practical things like making, 20 calls every day or whatever you need to do to build the practice you want or the insurance business you want or whatever you're doing. But that only reaches the conscious level. Now, the subconscious level is where we're removing all blocks to success. The subconscious level is where we're changing habit patterns. And that includes, by the way, the metaphysical. Past life regressions enable people to regain past life knowledge and experience useful in this life. I actually had a student who came to me early on for help with being in a public speaking class. And I helped them with speech coaching. I knew how to do speech coaching. I did my first speech when I was 8 years old, and my Flag Day essay suddenly became my Flag Day speech in front of, 500 people at a at a parent and teachers thing. The teachers, oh, this is really a good essay. You got to do this. So I did it. My dad started teaching me how to be a good speaker. He taught actresses and actors how to be good speakers. But I can do that as coaching. But what I did with the student is I took him back to well, we removed the blocks to being a confident speaker, and he was able to stop stuttering and was able to do a lot better at doing the speaking in class. But then just for fun, he did a past life regression. Well, that was interesting. Of course, that requires hypnosis. That's not coaching. But he remembered a past life and relived a past life where he was a very successful elder statesman. He frequently did speeches to large numbers of people. Suddenly he regained that ability and went into class with it. And the teacher wanted to throw him out for doing a hoax, because how could he possibly speak like that after being this very, this very stuttering, unconfident public speaker? Well, suddenly he was this other. So I convinced her it was no hoax and that this had happened, and he didn't have it when he came in, and he spent the rest of the class helping the other students to speak better as her teacher's assistant. So exciting stuff. The combination of coaching and hypnotherapy, coaching and both of them, if you remove somebody's blocks to being successful, and then they don't get it, they've got to make the 20 calls a day, they sit there and they think that somehow they're going to metaphysically pull this to them, that usually doesn't work. So just to be honest, with coaching and hypnotherapy, you not only remove the blocks, get the subconscious on your side, but you really do what it takes to make a successful business or to be successful in whatever area you're working on. Finding a life mate is also something that takes work. You have to go there. You have to do something. Whether you're going to your church or your temple or you're going online, you've got to do what it takes to make that happen. And sometimes if you're doing it online, that means daily making 3 outreaches, daily, responding to 3 people who've responded, whatever it is. It's very similar to sales, as a matter of fact. But the coaching is where that comes in, and they're different. But if you combine them, they're more effective than either one of those things.
Do you offer any recorded guided meditations?
Oh, absolutely, we do. We offer them individually. I have over 50 of them. Oh, last count, I had 60 individual guided meditations. And I also have my Success Self Hypnosis set and Release Weight for Good set. I have a relationship joy set, which includes ways to have better relationships with your spouse and ways to have a better love life, and also ways to raise the kids better together, and all of this stuff. Harmony with your children is in there. I have so many of these, but I have a really exciting thing that I've come up with as the epitome of all of this, which is Reach for the Stars. That's at reachforthestars.today. And this actually plays, you can program it yourself if you want to go online, and you get gold or bronze key membership, and you give us 10 of your goals and put them in order of priority. And then it will automatically play for you 2 recordings every night. You can set it for 1 if you prefer that. If you set it for 2, they are 2.5 hours apart. They play in rotation over a period of weeks or months, exactly the recordings you need to accomplish your own goals, whether that's attracting your special someone, releasing excess weight, or memory excellence lifelong. We have heal and prevent the flu. We have stop colds and allergies. We have healthy, effective immune system. That's actually free on both of my sites, asuccess.com and reachforthestars.today. And abundance, your money and more magnet. All of this stuff is available through Reach for the Stars and asuccess.com, but it's automatic on Reach for the Stars. And if you get a life guidance discovery session, a private session with me, which is the important one for getting a roadmap for getting from where you are to where you want to be, that gives you a platinum membership, and it'll play recordings that I will program to make sure that each and every one of your goals is individually dealt with. And some of that is not available in the more general material because it has to be customized to you. Now, we set your goals in order of priority based on a very in-depth client intake form that I've developed over the last 50 years, always updating it. We figure out exactly what steps are necessary to accomplish those goals in terms of hypnosis sessions, books, recordings, business coaching, sales training, whatever it is you need to get from where you are to where you want to be. It's like a roadmap. You get it in writing. Then through a private hypnosis session based on your individual roadmap, we instill in your subconscious mind the clarity of purpose, the desire, the determination necessary to make your goals a reality. It's a very empowering session, takes about 2.5 hours for the client version of this, 3 hours for the hypnotist, coach, and healer version. And the hypnotist, coach, and healer version also includes marketing yourself and building a private practice. Then based on that life guidance discovery session, we come up with a customized goal manifestation recording that has all the affirmations and everything that you and I have put together, you and your hypnotist, coach, or healer, because obviously I've got other people working with me that I've trained, have put together to reach your specific needs. And they're all in a special recording with music and everything, done in a sound studio and done with post production by our audio engineer. And that's part of your Reach for the Stars program if you get the platinum membership that has the life guidance discovery session starting it. So all kinds of possibilities here. I've looked online. I haven't seen anything else like this. You can get all sorts of sets. You can get all sorts of, well, I have a problem tonight. I'll do this one. I'll do this one tomorrow night. But none of it is a planned program for reaching your highest potential, just like my other programs. It's all for making all your goals a reality.
This is all great stuff, great amount of information. So, throw us your contact information again and we'll call it a wrap.
Okay. I'm Terry Brussel Rogers. My phone number, you can call me, is 800-GOAL-NOW. That's 462-5669. I also have a local number that I've had for, nearly 50 years now, 818-989-2923. It's in the Valley. And I do my sessions by telephone. We should mention this. This is important. I do my sessions by telephone. I pioneered telephone hypnosis back in 1995. So no matter where you are, if you're in Ireland or if you're next door to me, we can do sessions together. So that's an important piece of information, I think. It had nothing to do with COVID. That was back in 1995. It just works better by phone for a lot of reasons. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to be somewhere else. You're in the same place. You're going to be practicing your self-hypnosis at home, comfortable. So I strongly recommend that. I do sessions in person too, but I do most of them by phone. So my web address is acesuccess.com. And the other one is reachforthestars.today for our complete program for the guided meditations, which are programmed to your specific areas of need and interest and growth. I think that's it. 800-GOAL-NOW, 462-5669. And thanks very much for having me on today, Bob. This has been a pleasure.
Yeah, this has been exciting. This is a passion of mine. So why would I not appreciate somebody like you that has all this knowledge base? So in the meantime, I'm going to call this a wrap, and appreciate you so much. And we'll see what it looks like on the other side.
Okay. You'll send us one, right?
Yeah.
Email us? Okay. Good enough. Have a wonderful rest of your day, hon.
You too.
Bye.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.